Allyson Chavez. Oh, I get the opportunity to have this behind the scenes in the green room. One day we're going to have green rooms. You got a blue room. I've got an orange one. Don't worry about that. It's not about that right now. So I don't have to read this bio because that's going to make me fall asleep because you're such a wonderful human being. They're already Googling you, by the way. But take a moment to just tell me behind the scenes, who is Allyson and what is Allyson up to these days?
Oh, Allyson Chavez is a prosperity transformation coach. And she's also a wife of 23 years and a mama of 4 children. And I am up to big things in really simple ways these days. I am passionate about helping ambitious, God-centered women and men who are up to big things themselves, but they keep getting in their own way. And so I help them get out of their way. I help them manage their thoughts and their energy to redesign their reality and really suck the marrow of the joy of life out of everything in life, no matter what's going on.
Wow, no matter what's going on. You know, for a mom with 4 kids, it's awful quiet over there, man. Maybe we'll see some kids kicking that door down. There'll be a dog running in there. No, I'm just joking, ladies and gentlemen. We're not planning that. We're not wishing that. I get it. So what should folks expect on this particular episode? What type of conversation should they expect from Allyson?
You know, I really want to talk about how simple success really is and how you can have success without struggle. Most people think that you've got to toil your way up the mountainside to success. I myself used to think that, and that's how I built my business 8 years ago. And it was the hardest, scariest, most terrible thing I've ever been through. and because I didn't know how to manage my thoughts, I didn't know how to manage my energy, my business actually tanked. And I spent years trying to resurrect this thing. I think as entrepreneurs, we're kind of too stupid to just lay down and die when our business isn't working. And I just wouldn't quit. I kept falling down and getting back up. And I finally got to a point, I call it financial Armageddon, and everything just blew up in my face. And I realized no amount of money was worth what it was costing me with my own well-being. I was in constant anxiety. I was in constant fear. I showered in self-doubt all day long. And I finally got, like, when the dust settled, I realized, do you know what? I was the hinge point with everything. I could have a fabulous experience building a business, or I could have an absolutely horrific experience. And I've done the horrific and scaled my business to multiple 6 figures in a couple years. Or I could do it without struggle. And I thought, can I actually do it? Yeah, I actually can. And so we did this really cool experiment with my family. There was nothing else to lose because we'd lost everything. And within 3 months, we had all manifested everything that we wanted out of absolutely nothing. And it was easy and it was fun. And the whole point was just so that I would feel better for 3 minutes at a time or for 5 minutes at a time. Because I don't know about you, Shay, but I can be really, really mean to myself. And the inner voice was so just wicked to me and so brutal to me all the time. And I finally had enough of that. And I just wanted to do something that was light, but didn't mean we didn't get to eat that week if I didn't succeed. And using that approach, which I call the prosperity approach, absolutely changed everything. It changed it so quickly. And then I thought, I wonder if I can use this experiment and put it to my business and use my business as the test subject and resurrect this thing. And I did. And it was so fun. I went from 0 to 232,000 in 6 months in my business. And my business was pretty much gone. And it was fun, and I was quantum leaping, but it was easy, but it was stretchy, and there was no struggle in it whatsoever. And I am passionate about teaching people that method to do anything they want to do in their lives and to create literally whatever kind of life they want.
Yeah, I love it. And what do you say to the person that's listening right now and says, well, that sounds pretty cool, but maybe that was during another time in the world. Talk about how what you're sharing, and you're not making light of it, but you're sharing what's really possible. Take a moment to talk about why you believe that's more relevant today than maybe at any other time in history. That
it is. I believe that 100%, Shay, that it is more relevant today than it has ever been, because we are in this global I call it a global reset, because the whole crisis, pandemic, catastrophe, failure, those words are so heavy, and that energy is so heavy. I can't afford to play there. I can't be part of the problem. I want to be part of the energy of the solution. And so I'm looking at it as a reset. And we are in this period of time where we can finally tap into how powerful we really are. When you can harness the power of your mind and leverage the power of the universe, you can literally redesign your reality regardless of what's going on in your current circumstances. It's all about universal laws. It's all about understanding how your subconscious works, and really say just how literally powerful we are as creators. And what better time than this to really step up and prove to yourself what you're actually made of, what you came here to do, and what you have the power to change in your life.
You know, I love your energy. I love your belief system. Let me ask the question if I can. I was talking to someone. I've been sharing this question earlier. I'm just curious what you think of this. You know, Miss Struggle doesn't. You don't have to struggle to be successful. So I'm just curious what you would say to a young lady earlier. I won't mention her name, but I shared it on a previous show where she's like, Shay, I'm now working from home. It's about a week and a half ago now. She's, I'm working from home. I'm a full-time wife. I'm a full-time mom. I'm a full-time school teacher. Oh, by the way, I'm now a full-time administrator because I got to turn in all the homework with 3 kids. And I'm also, by the way, a full-time cafeteria worker. I've cooked more now than I've ever cooked without going out to eat. I miss McDonald's. And I'm like, what? And she's like, Shay, but it's so much on me because I'm trying to do my business. And I'm also trying to take care of the family and spend time. And I'm just curious. I mean, what do you say that person is watching right now? And it could be a guy. I mean, I don't be, it could be a guy that's going through a lot right now. So what do you say that person says, I got more now than I ever had before? And you say it's going to be simple? You're going to share with me this? What do you say to that person?
Yeah. So first, what I say is I hear you. And we are all in this pivot, regardless of whether we're building a business or not. We've all been forced to pivot. And yet we can look at it as, this is too much for me. This is too big for me. I can't handle this. When will this end? Or we can choose to look at it as, this is here because I'm ready for it. This is here because I can handle it. And I'm not alone in everything that's going on. I have heavenly assistance. I have earthly assistance. And this is here, like bring it on. It's here because I'm ready and I can step up to the challenge. So simple is not easy, but it is simple.
Not easy, but it is simple. I love it. Take a moment. We're in the green room. We got to get out the green room. We got a show to do. But take a moment, if you will, talk about Laurel Houston, who connected you and I together at a time where some people aren't sharing resources. Some people are operating from a place of scarcity and not a place of abundance. So talk about Laurel and the power of collaboration, the power of working together, the power of sharing.
Oh, wow. Laurel is the most beautiful soul inside and out that I have met. She is just just heaven sent. I've told her that she's my angel more than once. And she is the epitome of a collaborator. And she put us together. And I knew instantly from her connection that this was going to be a fabulous experience, just because like attracts like. And so I knew that she would be connecting me with a really high vibrating person, such as yourself, which is who you absolutely are. But it really is all about connection. It's all about helping one another. And that's one of the massive blessings that is coming from this worldwide reset that we're in, is the people that are reaching out. I've stepped up my game, not to be like, I need more clients, because I don't believe in the scarcity approach any longer. But it's like, does somebody need to hear what I have to say right now? Is this relevant? Oh my word, yes. Now more than ever before is this going to change people's lives. And can I add value? And can I add service? And can I just reach out and let people know that you're not alone? And yet I need other people to help me to spread that. We're so much more powerful together than we ever could be alone. And so there is no power that can compare with the power of collaboration.
That's so true. I tell you, we got a show. We're going to learn how success is possible, and it is simple. You don't need to struggle. Shout out to Pony that's out there right now. Robert, thanks for joining. Madeline, Sherry, Brenda, Apostle, Kevin, all of you who are right now. We're in the green room. We're about to get started right now because we got a show, and she's ready to share with you the prosperity approach. We're going to find out what the LL Cool J that is, by the way. We're going to find out. We'll be back in just a moment. Let's kick off in 5, my favorite part. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be, well, showtime. Prosperity. We're going to figure this one out. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, that's right, you the entrepreneur, you the one with the big dreams, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision. That vision is so big that you have for the people you were called to serve. And I believe you have 3 visions, by the way. I believe first, you have a vision for yourself. The organic food, I like to say, that you want to eat, the restaurants you want to visit, the clothes you want to wear. And it takes resources. We're going to talk about that. Some of you have vision number 2, I believe, that you have, and that's a vision for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about, the ones that you want to send to a school of your choice. Maybe you're like me with Mother Dear. I love taking Mother Dear, which I haven't made her do recently, when I get to take her to a physical therapy or to her doctor's appointment, because we're practicing social distancing. So can't even go in the house. I'm dropping groceries off at the door, okay? And having stuff delivered. But still, maybe you want to write a check for a loved one. Maybe you want to pay their insurance. I don't know. It takes resources. And then I believe you have a third vision, and this is very important. You have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And whether you're a believer or not, I happen to be a believer, but there in the good book, there's this guy named Noah. What's up, Jay? There's this guy named Noah. And imagine that God has given Noah all the resources, give him experience and expertise. He's ready. And he shows up and he gets a report. Noah, we're sorry to report, but there are no hammers here. No hammers? No worries. No one panic. We'll be just fine. Noah, sorry to report, but there are no nails. No hammers, no nails. It can still be done. We're going to make this thing happen. Noah, one last time. We got the final report. There is no wood and no people to put the boat together. Good luck, Noah. Whew. This is going to be a little difficult. And maybe that's what you are right now. You're struggling. You're going through this, but don't worry. Allyson Chavez, did I get it right?
Chavez.
I can say Chavez. Chavez. I'm going to get it, guys. Chavez. Allyson Chavez. I practiced beforehand, too. Allyson Chavez showed up for one reason only, and say, you know what? You can have success without the struggle. You got to talk about that right now. How is that even possible?
Okay. So it's a choice, first and foremost, and of what you're available to. And most people confuse a challenge with struggle. And the society that we live in gives so much value to struggle. It's like, if it wasn't hard and if it wasn't horrible, then it somehow loses its value. But there is absolutely no value in the struggle. There is immense value in the challenge. We're wired for challenge. We rise to the challenge. We find out who we are in the challenge. But the struggle is frustrating. The struggle is discouraging. The struggle makes us feel deflated. You know, I remember when I was a little girl and I was trying to put my shirt on and I got my head stuck in the armhole and my hand was coming out the head hole, and I was getting more and more panicked because I couldn't breathe. And I remember thinking, I'm never going to get this off. And I finally had to just stop and take a breath. And then I was like, okay, let's figure out what's going on. There was no value in the struggle. And so I want people to get so much value out of the challenge and know that you can have success. Like success is an uphill climb every step of the way, but it doesn't have to be an uphill climb with like an 80-degree slope in the dark, in the blizzard, covered with pebbles, and you're trying to push a boulder up the mountain on top of it. It is an uphill climb, but it can be a glorious uphill climb, and it can be exhilarating and invigorating, and that's actually what it's meant to be.
Oh, I love it. Now, Tanya's out there. Tanya says, don't be afraid to have success and not struggle. She's embracing this concept, by the way. So you're going to have to peel the onion. You have a few fans out there that are believing this. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know what type of grass y'all growing out in Salt Lake, but they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Karen Cherry's out there. What's up, Karen Cherry? Shout out, by the way. She runs the largest women's conference in Mississippi called Success Conference, by the way, Success Women's Conference, and she's amazing. Take a moment, if you would, and talk about this whole prosperity approach. You wrote the book, which you can't get into right now. We're going to get into the whole episode, but talk about what is the prosperity approach and who is it for?
The prosperity approach is a whole line of thinking about the way that we're literally approaching a situation. We're actually taught a scarcity approach. We're taught hope for the best, but expect the worst. So what are we actually doing? Or even just planning for the worst. So what you focus on expands, and what you focus on you attract. And so we're taught all of this scarcity. There's never enough. You've got to work hard. You got to hope that you're in the right place at the right time, talking to the right person, saying the right things, and we get all in our head when we do this approach. And it's almost like it's all up to you. And don't expect anybody to help you along the way, and it's going to be really, really hard. But at the end, if you happen to make it, then you're going to feel this wonderful sort of a feeling, which none of it is true, because I went through that experience myself as I was building my business. I went through it with a scarcity approach. It was all up to me. I was in absolute overwhelm. I'm like, I'm not even a businesswoman. I don't even know what I'm doing. Do I even add value to the world? Am I going to make a difference? And all it did was just put more and more weight on my shoulders. The best thing that God ever did was allow my business to fail, and for what I learned in that process. And finally, when I was like, okay, well, here it is. Like I said, I know I'm the linchpin in all of this. I teach mindset. I teach universal laws, for crying out loud. I do this for a living. So I know that I'm the reason why it's working or it's not. And then I was like, you know what? All I want to do is feel better. That's all I want to do is feel better. And is there a different way that I can approach all of this? Can I just lay down the struggle and stop fighting against the what's so of the reality I've created, and stop blaming myself and beating myself up for it? I did the best I could with the tools and the knowledge that I had. And I created something fantastic and then destroyed it in a really fantastic way as well. But now can we do it even better? And can we do it with ease and with grace and with joy? Because honestly, Shay, if there's not joy in the journey, then it's not worth taking the journey. Because the journey, I used to be a skip the journey, let's go right to the destination. Yeah. I was a destination gal because the journey sucks. The journey is filled with hardship. It's filled with the unknown. It's scary. It's stretchy. And so I just wanted to skip all of that. But I found out that the journey is the destination. And so if the journey is fraught with just so much incessant toil, and you're efforting yourself to the ground, and you're beating yourself up all the time, and you're wondering, and you're in self-doubt, and you're in disbelief, then when you get to the destination, you're still going to be experiencing that. Only now it looks like, oh, what if I can't hold this? And what if I'm actually a fraud? And what if this doesn't actually work? And what if people won't get results? And it's just an experience that's not worth continuing to have. And so I thought, if I can just tweak the way that I look at things and change my perspective and really decide that I live in a universe that's friendly to my desires, and I am a believer like you. I believe in God, and if I can believe that God is actually here to help me, and He is in the details of all of my life, and He's never abandoned me, and He wants to teach me a better way, that's when things just started to snowball. And it was all because I wanted to feel better. I just wanted to feel better for 3 minutes, and then 6 minutes, and then 10 minutes. And that was my whole goal, was just to feel better, to get out of anxiety, to get out of self-hatred and self-loathing. And when we did that, and then I just thought, well, how powerful are my thoughts? Yeah. Can I just do some fun little strategies and see if it'll work? And by golly, it worked. And then I was like, this was easy and fast and fun. And here are the steps. Oh my word, I cracked the code. I must share this.
Here are the steps. Now, that means, you can't leave us out there and say, here are the steps, and not leave us there. You got to give us 1, 2, or 3 steps. For my good friends that are watching out there right now, like Tony Moore, one of the baddest attorneys on the planet, by the way, out of Philadelphia, is watching right now. To Eric Watson, my good frat brother. To so many folks. Edith was always a pleasure. She's in Las Vegas. Huge supporters. Do you mind sharing maybe 1, 2, or 3 of the steps? You can't just leave us. You got to share something out the book with us, okay? Now, for those folks that are watching, you have my permission, and I'm sure you have as well Allyson's permission to go ahead and share this forward. Like, you can pay this message forward to the viewers. How do you do that? You hit the share button. You hit the watch party button. When you hit the share button, go ahead and write those words: success without the struggle. Hashtag Allyson Chavez. I keep saying Chavez.
Chavez. You're great.
Chavez. No, I'm going to get it, Chavez. My friend's name is Chavez. Chavez. So just go ahead and put success without the struggle. Allyson Chavez. Got it, Tom. Got it. So go ahead and put the hashtag there. Put that there right now. Then I'm going to ask her. I'm going to say, hey, give us one step right now. Like one thing that we all can do today. Now, she has a book. But she says, Shay, I'm here to serve. Yes, she's a speaker. She says, Shay, I'm here to serve. She has clients. Yes, but she says, Shay, I'm here to serve. So let her serve. Now, you hit the share button because we believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. So you can bless someone else right now. You can bless another entrepreneur, and you can pay this message forward. So, Allyson, give us at least one approach. Don't worry. I'm going to ask her for a second one later, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry.
I'll give them to you. The most important thing that you will decide is whether you live in a friendly universe or a hostile universe. And Albert Einstein is the one who said that. So make the decision that you live in a friendly universe. And what that looks like is starting to really believe that everything happens for you, nothing happens to you. It gets you out of the victim thinking. It gets you out of scarcity thinking. All right, so we've got this global reset that's going on right now, and it's not happening to me. It's happening for me. When we can really start looking at it, how in the world is this happening for me? Where are the blessings in this situation? Why is this actually awesome? Why am I thrilled that this is happening? And then you'll start answering those questions. I'm thrilled this is happening because, oh my word, life has been going at this speed of light and I can't keep up. And I've been saying for years, I just want things to slow down. It's hard for me to be present with my children and present with my spouse and present with my clients and present in my business. And now I have this opportunity where I must slow down. There isn't anywhere to go. And so that's a blessing. That's one way that it's working for me. So that would be the first thing, is to really get clear that nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. Now, can I give you a little strategy and a tip to help?
Of course. We're here. We want the resources. That's why you're here. Folks want to walk away with something they can use, and certainly we appreciate that. Once again, for those folks that are watching, hit the share button, hit the heart button, hit the like button, pay the message forward. Let's all love on each other. Let's all support each other, and let's all operate from a place of abundance. There's not just how many slices are in the pie. There's unlimited pie.
There is. Literally. It is unlimited. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that helped me to get out of the cycle of fear and get out of the cycle of negativity or the whole sense of the ships going down, I know a lot of people are feeling that right now, is a very simple game. And I am all about simplicity, but please do not confuse that with that it doesn't have any value. It's got to be simple, otherwise I won't do it. And so it's for me. So it's called What's Working for Me Now. And I would be in my environment right, like in my office or in my car, and I would think, all right, what is working for me right now in this moment? And the first time I did this, actually, I was on my way to MC a big speaking event, and I was near tears. I didn't want to go. Life still felt like it was falling apart, and I knew I had no business on that stage in the current energy that I was in. So it was a bitter cold December morning. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I start thinking, all right, well, what's working for me right now? And I turn on my car, and I've got a nice car. So like it turns on when I push the button, and that was working for me. So I'm like, okay, my car's working for me, and the heater kicked in really quickly, and so it was nice and warm in there, and I could turn on the stereo, and that was working for me. I could get music coming in, and we have leather seats, and they're heated. And I hate being cold. I live in the wrong part of the country, right. Outside of Salt Lake, at the base of the Rocky Mountains. Did not like the cold, but it was a bitter cold day. But we have heated leather seats, and so my butt was warm, and I was like, oh, I can do anything. My butt's warm. That's working for me now too. And it was a clear, beautiful day, and I love clear blue sky, so that was working for me. And it was really interesting because I looked at the clock when I first started playing this game, and then I looked at the clock again when I started feeling better. It took 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I was in the don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry when I first started. And just by what's working for me right now. And the smaller I could get, the better it was. So I'll do it in my office all the time if I'm in a funk, or if I find myself spiraling a little bit, and I'll be like, I have a sport cap water on my water bottle, and so if I knock my water bottle over, it's not going to go everywhere. That's working for me right now. I have huge hair, if you haven't noticed. I have a lot of it. And so I'll usually pull it back in a ponytail, and I have broken more than one of these little ponytail holders because my hair's so thick. And I'll sit in my office, and I'll be like, my hair's out of my face and my ponytail is holding it. It hasn't broken. That's working for me. And so I get as silly as I want and as little as I want, but it helps me to get grounded. It helps me to realize, hey, I'm okay. I am supported from moment to moment. And the universe is actually mathematically orchestrated to support you every moment of your life, even in a global reset, even in quarantine, even in poor health, even when you're broke, even when your relationships aren't what you want them to be. You are always supported, and you are so powerful in your ability to change them in very simple ways.
Wow, I love that. That's very, very, very powerful. I mean, I like that. I like that nothing happens to you, it happens for you. And then what's working for me now? What's working for me now is that I can see you and you can see me through the power of these fiber optic lines. What? What's up? Washington, D.C. says hello to Salt Lake. I was in Salt Lake about a year ago, man. Love the place. Folks are watching right now. They may be thinking, since she said I can ask any question I want, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a list of questions I got to follow. So I'm curious. They're like, okay, she's married. She has 4 kids. She's living it. She's loving life. What challenges has she been through? Do you mind being authentic and maybe sharing maybe a time there was a setback for you, and then how you applied these principles to get you where you are now? You gave us a little tidbit in the green room, but for those folks that are just tuning in, tell us a struggle you had, and what was a lesson that you learned to get over it?
Wow. Well, the biggest struggle and the greatest lesson that I learned was in the approach that I took in building my business. You can have great success with struggle. You can. People do it all the time. And I did it as well, but I didn't like the experience that I was having. And so as my business started to collapse, I started to panic, and I started investing more and more, and I would hire mentors, and I would hire marketers, and I would hire, I would get programs, and I would implement. It wasn't that I wasn't implementing. I'm an ambitious, red-blooded female American entrepreneur. Of course, I was implementing everything, but I had this belief that this was too big for me and I didn't actually make a difference and it wouldn't work. And so your beliefs, your results will always match your beliefs, whether you know what your beliefs are or not. And so it didn't matter what I did. I got us into $150,000 in debt, and $100,000 of it was on credit cards. And we were $1,500 behind in our bills every month. We got to the point where I was like, I don't know how we're going to pay groceries. I don't know. Like here is where we're at. And that was August of 2018. So it wasn't like 20 years ago when I didn't know anything. This was a year and a half ago. And that was a very, it was, I'm not going to say it was a come to Jesus moment, but it was such a powerful moment because my whole life, my identity had been wrapped up in my credit. I had a near perfect credit score. Integrity is one of my core values. And I would lie in bed at night going, how can we pay these credit card bills? We took out a second mortgage. How are we going to pay the second mortgage? What am I going to do? And so I understand the sleepless nights. I actually gained 40 pounds in 4 years because I was stuffing myself with comfort foods because I was so afraid to fall. And since your body is designed to support you, what better way to cushion your fall than to put 40 extra pounds on your butt, right? And so I had gained all this weight. And so that's why when people are like, Allyson, everything has fallen apart. I don't have any money. My health is bad. I'm 60 pounds overweight. And I'm like, oh, babe, I've been there. And it wasn't very long ago that I was there. I think I can help you because what I learned were universal laws, universal principles. It wasn't me being a good girl and then I would get the reward. It's obey the law, get the reward that's attached to the law. Disobey the law, you get the penalty that's attached to disobeying the law. And it's as simple and as straightforward as that. And so it's like I've done the beating myself up. In fact, Shay, there were times where my mind would tell me I'm worth more dead than alive. And this would just be easier to do. I believe in an afterlife, and this would just be easier to do from the other side. And you don't know what's going to happen. It's too scary here. Your kids would probably be better off without you. You're being a very poor example to them. And I'm not suicidal. One thing that you'll know in my book is my mom was very ill, and she actually committed suicide when I was 11. And so that's not an option. I've taken myself out. Not an option because I lived in the aftermath of a parent who has taken their life, and I would never do that to my children. But when it was those thoughts that were running through my mind, I was like, okay, I've wrapped up my value in the success or the failure of my business and how much money I'm making and my credit score, for crying out loud. Like, I need to rearrange my priorities. So yeah, I've been there, and that's why I can be here with such certainty and tell you that there's really nothing special about me other than my amazing, huge red hair and my big smile. I think those are kind of amazing. But they're not mine. God gave them to me, so He gets all the credit for that. But if I can totally redesign my reality from the place that I was at, because Shay, I was broken. I felt broken in that place, and I felt worthless in that place. And if I can create what I created from there, I know that you can create whatever you want, regardless of where you are in your circumstances.
So true. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for being so transparent. We certainly appreciate that. Now we kind of have a little bit of the backstory. We know that was going to happen, but it's so cool. I love you being so honest. Take a moment, if you will, and give us the second approach. I mean, you said you give us two. I think you gave us one approach earlier. I think there's one more approach from the book. If we have some time, which I think we do, I would love to hear that. And for Michael Edward is watching, and William Byers is out there. Loretta, thanks so much for joining. Damon Motes, is always a pleasure. Jacqueline in the house says nothing happens to you. She's out there. Hit the share button. Hit the button right now. She's going to give us a second golden nugget from the book, by the way, from her book, The Prosperity Approach, that we can use in our lives so that we can bless other people, so we can be of more service, so we can have more meaning in the world, so we can have more impact, but more importantly, so we can make $1 and a difference at the same time. If that's you, say that's me out there. Yes. Look right below the video and right, make $1 and a difference at the same time. That's what we're in business for. Come on, y'all get it. All right. So give us one more of those prosperity approach strategies.
Okay, I love that you said that. We can make a difference and a dollar at the same time. And there is a definite prosperity approach to that, and it's called the law of compensation. And I actually researched laws, and I've studied universal laws for almost a decade. There's actually 21 laws that govern prosperity and creation that I actually wrote about in my book, but I want to share with you the law of compensation. The law of compensation says that equal returns must be given for that which is sent out. So basically what that means is if you are giving massive value, you must be compensated in a massive way. It's why we talk service so much, but most people don't really understand the power of service because we're really in a gimme world, and what's in it for me kind of a world. But we can just tweak our approach to how can I give value today? How can I reach out today? Who needs me today? How can I serve today? And you do it from this place of authenticity and a genuine desire to make a difference and to lift one person and to touch one person. That's enough. That allows you to let go of the outcomes. You're also obeying the law of non-resistance that says what you resist persists. So now you're not getting all tied up in the outcome. And you can serve authentically, and whether whoever you're serving picks up what you're laying down for them as far as a product or a service that you might be offering to them, it doesn't matter because the universe must compensate you for the value that you're giving. It's one of the ways that the universe remains in balance. And so the most powerful question I think that you can ask today is, how can I serve? And how can I add value? I ask that every morning. What does my tribe need to hear today? What is my ideal client having an issue with today? And how can I bring them comfort? How can I bring them joy? It's why I'm on this mission to end the struggle and bring joy to the lives of 1 million women and men, because you can absolutely in tiny ways. You do it through service and value.
I love it. Through service and through value. And we're talking to the one and only Allyson. Say your last name for us.
Chavez.
Allyson Chavez right now, and she's sharing with us that you don't have to struggle in order to be successful, and she has the prosperity approach. And in a little while, I'm going to ask her if she'll share maybe something, a gift, something that you can walk away with. And there's no Cash App needed, okay? There's no credit card needed. There's no wire payment. She came to serve. She said the word serve. So we're going to let her serve. Don't worry. We're going to let her do that, by the way. And it's something that you can use immediately today. Before we do that, for those folks that are out there watching, what's up, Corey Jackson? And so many folks. I can't get to everybody. Lorenzo, thanks a lot, man. We love you. Thank all of you. Hit the share button. Thank you. Hit the watch party button. Thank you for hitting the like button for those folks that are watching right now. And Allison's doing a good job. We normally wait until the end, but you can give her a digital applause. You can give her a digital applause. Well, how do you give a digital applause? You can look right below the video. You can put, thank you, Allyson. Or you can put, we appreciate you, Allyson. You can put, great job, Allyson, for taking time away from your 4 kids, from your husband, and from your business and your life to be here. We have a core belief here, Allyson, called today is my January 1st. And for those folks that know what that means in that segment, you can look below the video. You can write, today is my January 1st. And today is my January 1st. If you're hearing it for the first time, it means it's one of those moments. There's probably about 1,000+ moments throughout the day where you can make a decision. And that decision can forever change the trajectory of your life. By the way, you either work out or you sit back and watch Netflix, right? You could do that. Or you eat hamburgers and French fries, or you go to the refrigerator. You open up the refrigerator and there's some spinach. I'll have a little bit of that. There's some kale. Wow, that sounds good. I'll have a little bit of that. There's some Brussels sprouts. Yeah, that sounds good too. And that's a January 1st moment. My question to you, Allyson, is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what does it mean to you?
It means that I will never struggle ever again. That's what my January 1st is. And I love your January 1st moments. And I love that you said it changes the whole trajectory of your life, because what I decided that I would never struggle with again was financially. And we had no money. And I made that decision when we had no money that I would never struggle financially ever again. And you can do that with having no job and no money and no income. And that's actually what will turn the tide and start opening up channels for money to come. But the fact that I would never struggle ever again, that's my January 1st.
Ah, I love it. Thanks so much. What was your January 1st moment where you knew you wanted to be an entrepreneur? Was it always that way? What was your January 1st moment? You said, you know what? I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Like, I'm going to go do this thing. Like, this is going to be my jam. What was your January 1st moment? Do you remember? There's probably many of them throughout your life, but I'm just curious.
I do actually. That's so fascinating you would say that, because it wasn't necessarily like I must do this. It was God that said you must do this.
Oh, okay.
And I actually started my whole entrepreneurial journey in the world of energy work and learning how to read energy and move energy and to help people heal energetically. And I remember being in this 4-day training, learning it. And in day 2, this thought just came so powerfully. You need to use this on more than just your family. You must create a business on this. It needs to be an online business. And I was like, okay, I have no idea how to do that, but I will do that. And as I evolved, my business has evolved and has just grown into the prosperity approach. It didn't start as the prosperity approach, but that's what it came. That's where it was like, yes, I'll do this. Now, when I was in the midst of the wilderness and when I was Noah with no resources, I remember having a conversation right here in my office, actually. No makeup. I just finished ugly crying probably for the 3rd time in 2 days. And I was like, do I keep doing this? And the thought came to me very distinctly, Allyson, all of the greats have had to go through this. Do you want to be a great or not? And I thought, yes, I do. And then the thought came, well, then what makes you think that you can become a great without having to go through this? This is part of it. And are you willing to do whatever it takes to become a great? If it takes you 50 years to figure out prosperity, even if you lose everything, are you willing to stay this course? And I felt something in my guts and in my core that just, it was resolve. And it was, yes, absolutely, I am in. And guess what? It was still another year before things turned around. So it wasn't like, and then 2 hours later, the windfall came. Nope. It was just like, that was the big moment too. Like, nope, I'm in this. I'm in this for the long haul. And that's really, I think, the hinge point where I started to play the game to win instead of playing the game not to lose.
I love it. There's folks right now, they're really excited, right? They're like, today is my January 1st. And they're super excited. It's like, man, she got me so pumped. Just like they were back on December 31st after a couple of drinks on the back of a napkin. Right. They were fired up. This is going to be your year. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to find my honey bunny, super bunny, whatever it is for you. It was your year. And for some of you, it is. But we know life is a series of being on track, and then you're off track, and then you're on track, and then you're off track. So my question to you, Allyson, is what do you share with folks in order for them to be consistent, in order for them to hashtag stay the course?
I think the most important thing to help you stay the course is to reconnect with your why. Why am I doing this? Why is this so important to me? And when you can reconnect with that why on a regular basis, you will get back into that commitment energy. You'll get back into the workout clothes and do the workout from home, and you'll reach for the kale and the broccoli, and you'll say no to the burgers and the fries, and because this is your why. And my why was, can I do this? Like, can I prove just to myself that I can create quantum leaps of success and do it with ease and joy and fun just by following simple promptings, and I call them nudges? Can I just follow little nudges and make a big difference and big dollars? And that was what got me to say yes and to keep myself on track.
Say yes and keep yourself on track. I'm just curious about the power of affirmations. Take a moment and talk about maybe what is one of your favorite affirmations or favorite belief statements or something that you tell yourself in order to really stay in the right mindset, to keep your beliefs where they need to be, and talk a little about the power of just having affirmations.
Okay, so first, wait, we need to back out of that for just a minute so we can lay the proper foundation so that affirmations will work.
Sure.
Because affirmations are one of the most powerful things that you can use to change your reality, but most people don't know how to use them because they feel like a big fat lie. I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy. No, you're actually really broke. And people will say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and feel more and more discouraged and defeated as they're saying these affirmations. So we got to pull back from that, and we've got to lay the proper foundation so that the affirmations will actually stick. And so really quickly, our mind is separated into two pieces. We've got the conscious, which works to manifest your results, and we've got the subconscious, which works to manifest your beliefs. And of the two, your subconscious is the one that runs the whole show. So you will always manifest your beliefs. No matter how hard you work, you will always manifest your beliefs. So if you don't like what your results are, just take a look at what your beliefs are, and then you'll just know what your beliefs are. It's really, really cool. And so we've got to get those two minds to agree. And so one of the very simple questions you can ask is, wouldn't it be nice if? Wouldn't it be nice if? The most powerful affirmation that changed things for me was everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. But I had to preface it with, gosh, wouldn't it be nice if everything always worked out for me? Because now you've stopped the argument. I'm not declaring something that's not my truth yet. And so there's nothing for my subconscious to argue against. Because yeah, it would be nice if everything always worked out for me. It would be nice to have plenty of money in our bank account. It would be nice to have 100 clients, like whatever that is. So I stopped the argument by asking that question. Wouldn't it be nice if everything always worked out for me? And then I would just say it over and over and over again. And then the what's working for me now game came into my experience, which now gives me evidence that look at how much everything really is working out for me in small ways and in big ways. This is miraculous. And as you find more of that evidence, those affirmations will become more and more powerful.
More and more powerful. I love it. Thanks so much for sharing. One of the things that we do here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show, and we're going to get into a gift that you have, is we do believe in a manifesto, which I guess is kind of like an affirmation, by the way. And the manifesto is called the Happy Entrepreneur Manifesto. And the whole purpose of this, for folks that are hearing it for the first time, is that we are some beliefs that we had. They're more core values, I will say, than beliefs. And it's our mission during this time to get this in front of 10 million entrepreneurs. It's just our big giveaway. And, there's no cost, there's no upsell, downsell, cross-sell, and all that stuff. And how do you get it? And one of my favorite, I don't know if I told you this, by the way, is that we had a young lady a couple of weeks ago that was sharing with me that when she first started working from home, that she was spending more time in her room than with her family and her 2 kids and her husband. And she got connected to just that one belief up there. She got the manifesto, and she had it before and just opened it up. It wasn't even printed up. And she saw that I believe spending quality time with my family is non-negotiable. And she asked herself, am I doing that the best I can? And the answer was no. And so it made a difference for her. I believe automation is the key to reclaiming my life. I believe there is a 25th hour. I believe there are more than 1,440 minutes in every day when we use automation. When we use the power of technology, we buy back hours. We buy back more of our time. But our core belief is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And I'm going to ask Allyson, if she will just maybe talk about that. Why it's more important to get results in your life. I know for me, I used to always chase the money, and it got me nowhere. And so I learned, don't chase the money, add value, and the money will chase you. It's a shayism that I love to say. But right now, the results will show up in your life. Talk about that, Allyson. For those folks that before she gets going, like, hey, Shay, I want to get it. I want to pay this message forward. You can just text the word manifesto. You can open up your cell phone right now. Let's go to the message browser. Type in the word manifesto, so you know what the word is, and then type in 202-999-3515. Again, 202-999-3515. Get the manifesto so we can stay connected, obviously. We can stay in this conversation, but more importantly, share which one of the manifestos resonated with you. I love getting the emails. I love getting the social media messages from those folks. And it allows us, as we're sharing it, to pay the message for. So again, text the word manifesto to 202-999-3515 to get your Happy Entrepreneur Manifesto. No cost, no catch, no charge. Talk about why it's important to get results in your life, Allyson, versus results in your bank account.
Well, like you, Shay, I had that same experience that I had money, but I was filled with anxiety. I couldn't sleep at night. I wasn't eating healthy. I was not spending time with my family. I was always working because I was in anxiety when we didn't have money, and I really thought that I would be out of anxiety when we did have money. But now the anxiety shifted to, oh no, what have you done? You've created this lifestyle for your family, and what if you can't maintain this? What if you can't sustain it and you lose it all? So I was in anxiety all the time. And so I realized, I don't think money has anything to do with my anxiety. And so it's so much more important that we focus on the results in our life because you'll then get the results on your bank account too, but then that just becomes a perk. It becomes one of the benefits. And too many people make money the source rather than the channel, or they make money the means. They make the money the end rather than the means to the end. Like Noah didn't want a hammer. Noah wanted the ark. Like he needed the tools in order to build the ark. You don't want money just for the sake of having money. You want to be able to take your family of 6 to Hawaii like I wanted to. You want to be able to do more effective marketing in your business so that you can touch more lives and you can have a bigger impact and a bigger influence. It's not just like all those dollars that you're wanting stacking up on your bank account. So we need to make money the means to the end, not the end. And we do that by giving money a purpose. This is what I want to change or exchange for my money. This is what I want to trade, whether it's something, it's a better car that's more reliable, that you feel really prosperous in, whether it's a fantastic team member, like whatever that is. But then you realize like you're doing life that way and you're being in the moment and you're staying present, and it's not about the money anymore, and you're still really thankful for the money, and you definitely want more to come, but you start to realize, I'm living now. I don't want to. I heard somebody say it just recently that we're too busy making a living to actually live. And I don't want to make a living anymore. Like I want to live and make a living at the same time.
I love that. I love that. So true. Take a moment and frame the conversation if you can. I know that you want to leave the audience with a gift. You want to leave them something that they could take away from that. So I want to take a moment just to kind of frame the importance of it, and then go ahead and share with them what you have for them. So those folks that are out there, what you might want to do, if you didn't hit the share button, hit it now. If you didn't hit the watch party button, hit it now. Don't just hit the button, but hit the share button and say success without the struggle. Hashtag Allyson Chavez. See, she's on cue now. She's helping me out. She's a partner in this. Chavez. So go ahead and put that in there right now. And then once you do that, I'm really dyslexic, but you see how she's working with me. She's working with my strengths. She's working with my weaknesses. I love her already. And so once you do that, after you do that, then pay attention, because she's going to share something that can change your life and change your neighbor's life, or change your colleague's life. Or maybe you're in a mastermind group right now. You're like, well, can I share this with my mastermind group? Well, absolutely. I'm telling that before she even said it, because I believe she's that type of person. So go ahead, frame the conversation. Let's tell them what you got for them.
All right. Well, here's something that I know about you as an entrepreneur. You're addicted to strategies. And all the strategies in the world will not give you the results that you want to the degree that you want if you don't have the proper thinking and the proper mindset behind it. And so I've actually created a prosperity bundle that is going to give you strategies which you love, but will also give you that prosperity approach and help you make those tweaks that are necessary in your mindset so that you can have the effect that you want. You can have the results that you want, but more importantly than anything, you love your life and you love the journey as you go. So there's 3 things in here in this prosperity bundle. First and foremost, you get my book, The Prosperity Approach. Now, you can go to Amazon and you can buy it off Amazon right now, but why, when you're going to get a free PDF download in this prosperity bundle? This goes through the 21 universal laws that govern prosperity and creation, shows you how to build the foundation of prosperity. So this is the foundation that that actually leads to the work that I'm doing now. So, and it's workbook style, so it's very engaging. It's a fast read, so you get that. You also get my prosperity guide, which you're going to love because this is all about strategy and how you can connect to prosperity and disconnect from scarcity every day. So there's 52 boots on the ground strategies that I actually did to help pull myself out of that fear and that doubt and that overwhelm that I was in. And you can do one a week for a year. You can mix and match them. You can do 3 a day if you want, but they're really fast. They're really fun. They're easy to implement. You can get your kids involved, and I would love it if you got your kids and your family involved with it. It gamifies money so that you can dissolve those money blocks, but it gets you out of that fear. And then I'm giving you an exclusive invitation to a masterclass that I'm doing called Prosperity in a Pandemic, how to stay on track and even catapult forward in a world of doubt, uncertainty, and fear. So this gives us a chance to really do belly-to-belly interaction. I can do a live Q&A with you there and really do a deeper dive into my strategies and what the prosperity approach is all about. So that is my prosperity bundle. I am so excited that you will let me gift this to everyone because I just want this in everyone's hands.
Well, I'm super excited. Where do they go?
You're going to go to prosperityapproach.com/bundle.
Okay, so say it a little slower. For those folks out there, let's go make sure the website works. Sometimes these websites don't work, nothing personal.
Yeah.
So everyone open up a browser now. And you even have my permission. If you're watching and they can't open up a browser, you can put the link right below in the video. Just put the link, like she's gonna give you the link, and you can just put it right in the video. You can copy it and put it on your page. Like you can pay this for it. All right, what is the link again?
Okay, it's prosperityapproach.com/bundle. BUNDLE.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I have confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, that the site does work. So let's go over to the site and see what's going on. The Prosperity Bundle, that looks good. I put together 3 incredible pieces. So I guess we click the button, right?
Yes.
Now
Yes,
what is this whole thing? Stop the ride. I want to get off. That looks pretty cool. Allow me to be bold. Oh, this is cool. All right, so I'm gonna click the button. Let's see if it works. Okay. Let's click the button. Okay, click the button. Mind chatter. What is mind chatter? Because that's everything.
Oh, it's all of that noise going on in your mind about how nothing's going to work and this is going to be terrible and nothing will ever change. That mind chatter.
What is spinning and confusing?
The spinning is the overwhelm. I'm so confused. I don't know if this is the right choice. You make a decision, then you second guess the decision. You just kind of feel like you're spinning in circles.
Okay, so it works. I confirmed it. Still work. Okay, you spin in a circle. Okay, so we'll come back. I don't want to do that now because you're kind of explaining things. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is great. Quick question. What's one of the reasons you decided to bundle all 3 together? You could have sold this somewhere. Why did you decided to bundle it and share this with the world? You gave us a sneak preview, but just one more time. Let me ask the question differently, help folks out. Who should download and who should they share this with? Do they have to be an entrepreneur? Can they be a dad or a mom? Do they have to be in business? Just take a moment and say who this is for. So if someone wants to share it with someone, they know who to give it to.
This is for anybody who wants to get out of their way, who is kind of feeling like there's got to be a better way to do this, who really wants to lay down the struggle and hit their goals, but really enjoy the journey as they go. So it can be for teens, it can be for young adults, married couples, certainly for entrepreneurs and business owners, but it's really specifically for those people who don't want to do the heavy lifting anymore and want to know of an easier, more effective way to hit their goals, but really love the journey as they go. So if you know anybody who's tired of the struggle, I think this would be a great fit.
Yes, go to prosperityapproach.com/bundle. Okay, good. /bundle. I'll make sure I get that. We'll make sure I get that. /bundle. If you're watching the replay, if you're watching or listening to the podcast, and look, open up a browser. If the site is still there, then go get it. Right? That's what I'm going to tell you right now. So just go to prosperityapproach.com/bundle. So if you're listening right now, we said it really slow. So you have a little bit of time to go do that. Now, Allyson's in overtime, by the way. She didn't know that, but that's pretty cool. She's hanging out with us and she's still here, by the way. She's hanging in there.
Here all night long if you want me to.
She loves this. I'm just curious. It has nothing to do with the interview, but Why do you love what you do so much? I mean, I can feel the passion. I can feel the energy. I know we're coming down the home stretch, but people might be curious, like, why do you do this? I mean, you could be spending time with your 4 kids. I mean, you could be spending time with your husband, but you're here serving the world right now. Why do you love what you do?
Because I saw how transformative it was in my life at a place where nothing was working in my life. And I knew it was so simple and so straightforward that it came directly from God. Einstein says when the solution is simple, God is answering. And so I felt like this was my duty and my obligation to share what I learned and to apply what I learned and to teach people how to do what I've done, no matter where they're at, to help them connect back to their power, connect back to their higher power, which of course for me is God. But it just lights my soul on fire. How could I not talk about this? How could I not? Like, it's easy, everybody. It's delightful. It's a little stretchy, yes. But the way that I was taught was to just follow those nudges, and they're just little ideas, and you can have joy no matter what is going on. You can have joy in sorrow. You can have impact no matter what is going on. You can have zero struggle with $0 in your account, and I can show you how simple and quick it is to do that. And then, by the way, your finances will turn around quite quickly. And so, like, you're not going to live there. This isn't just like, hey, everything's falling apart. I'm feeling wonderful.
Yeah.
It's like, how powerful am I? And so it just lights me up. And quite honestly, my family's like, please go talk to somebody else about this, because you tell us about this all the time. So they're cool with it. I spend lots of time with my family too.
I know it. I know you have four children. What are the ages?
So I have 3 boys and 1 girl, and my boys are 22, 19, 17, and my little girl, who's taller than me now, is 13.
Look at that big smile on the house. Yes, the kids, this is great. Just curious, as we come down the home stretch, we'll allow you to give your closing comments. I guess I have maybe 2 more quick questions that I have for you. Number one, what's one of the lessons you've learned from a mentor along this journey of life that you've been on? You probably had so many mentors, I'm sure. So you have to pick the name, but if you had to pick like one lesson that you learned from that mentor that you can share with us and say, look, guys, gals, everybody's watching. Here's a lesson from one of my mentors. What lesson pops top of mind to you?
Really, the top of mind lesson that I got from a mentor is that nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. Yeah. When that first came to me, that was so powerful when I realized that. And another thing she said was, when I have a choice, I choose to believe. And that helped me to get back into faith and helped me get back into some more certainty. But those 2 things, just simple little nuggets that are absolutely transformative.
I love it. Let's just imagine, last question, and we'll let you have your comments. Just imagine for some reason your sons get a hold of this long lost video, and you have 3 sons and a daughter, and they have a message from mom to them. What message would you want to share? And I know it's hard because you got 4, but just share one message in general for your 4 kids. What message would you want to share?
Well, first of all, that is not a nice question, because I redid my makeup for this interview, and you're going to make me cry. The first thing I would tell them was how much I love you and adore you, and how grateful I am that I got to be your mom, and that God is real and is in the details of your life. And no matter what is going on in your life, it's here because you're ready for it. It's here because you're up for it. And you are here to do great, great things. And I've got you.
Thank you so much for sharing. I didn't mean to make you did. Thank you so much. We appreciate you sharing the message with your children. They may see this in the years to come. Let me first say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Thank you for being authentic. Thank you for being real. Thank you for sharing what's in your heart with us. We really appreciate that. You're truly amazing. We've got to have you back. And this has been really rewarding, really refreshing, and a message that's needed more now than ever. So thank you so much. You have a heart to give, and you certainly have a heart to serve. I want to turn it over to you, if I can, to maybe share your final thoughts, your final comments. These lights will go off Okay, and that camera will go off, and folks got to go back and they got to do and implement what you've talked about. It's now showtime in their life. So, what are your final thoughts for folks out there? Once again, thank you so much. You truly are amazing. Appreciate you being here. Once again, a shout out to Laurel Hurston. Did I get that right? Houston.
Yeah.
For connecting us together. We really appreciate it. If you get a chance to see this, tell her we said thanks a lot.
Yes, absolutely. And Shay, allow me to just tell you thank you so much for what you are up to and the huge impact you are making. What an honor it has been for me to be part of what you're up to. Just such a privilege. So thank you. I feel so humbled to be part of this.
Thank you.
And the thing I would love to leave with everybody is the reminder that the challenge is necessary on your journey to success, but the struggle is not. And you have it within your power to lay down the struggle and to pick up the joy and to expand into the yes and the possibilities of what you're here to do. Because if you have the desire in your heart, that is proof enough that you have the ability to create it in this world. And you can do it, and you're ready for it.
You can do it. I believe you. Now is your time. With that being said, thank you all for watching the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Make sure you hit the heart button, hit the like button, like the page, continue to follow us. I want you to know that today is your January 1st. You don't have to struggle. Success is simple, right? Today is your January 1st. You now have exactly what you need in order for you to prosper because you have the prosperity approach. Today is your January 1st, and I know for you, the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. I believe the best is yet to come. With that being said, my name, by the way, for those folks that are just tuning in, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is so long. Life is short. Live in the moment and make it count. God bless. I wish you success. Thanks a lot, Allyson. You rock. We appreciate you so much. Bye-bye. See y'all later. Peace. We out. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.